Jonathan Pie on the campaign trail in Newcastle. This week was the week that no election can do without. It's what's known as the politicians spaffing imaginary budgets up the wall week. Combine that with the NHS who can piss the highest contest, along with the who can plant the most trees week, it's been quite a spectacle. It's the say anything you can to get elected week. The week started with both parties promising to properly fund the NHS and ended with Labour promising state-funded blowjobs for the over 50s, and even more ridiculous, Boris promising that all of the Tories' Russian donors are totally legit. What I don't understand is how anyone can think the Tories are in any way serious about properly funding the NHS. Look at the fucking state it is in, having been in the hands of the Tories for 9 years. It's fucked. It's nearly dead. It's in a hospice run by Bupa. It's on a life support machine with Richard Branson hovering over it with his bearded little finger poised over the off switch. A decade of Tory rule and 2/3 of the nation's health services are in debt. Waiting times are the worst they have ever been. The Red Cross recently described the NHS as being in the midst of a humanitarian crisis. The 5th largest economy in the world is leaving its citizens to die on trolleys, and not through incompetence, but through willful and ideological neglect. It was a decision. The Tories have fucked the NHS. That is a demonstrable fact. So Labour, instead of taking the fight to the Tories regarding the NHS, a fight they would easily win, Labour decided to spend the week talking about closing the gender pay gap, which any economist worth their salt will tell you doesn't actually exist. And then the big policy reveal: free state-owned broadband. Really? That's it? Nationalise the internet? Of all the radical policies you could have gone with, what about renationalising the student loans company and forgiving all student debt? Something that actually might make a real change to people's lives right fucking now. Or something bold but cheap, like legalising marijuana. That's how you could have won this election. Don't just put TalkTalk out of business, no matter how shit their customer service may be. Or, if you want to solve the gender pay gap, which, as we all know, is actually a gender average lifetime earnings gap, then how about massively extending state-funded childcare? Job done. Election won. Renationalise British Telecom. Come on, Labour. Unless you get your fucking arse in gear, by the time you actually win a fucking election, the NHS will be dead and fucking buried. Well, yesterday the Tories revealed their campaign bus. We sent Roger along to see where the Tories' battle bus...